real treat.
Hang on to them hats and glasses, 'cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
It's the DIZPod, where dreams come true. With Corey and Lawrence, we'll explore with you. Feel the magic.
Gets his stuff and gets ready to leave.
And
I was like,
and the cheer.
"You leaving?"
Together we'll make memories.
And he said that's when he was like, okay.
Yeah. So.
But, so why'd you pull over then?
I was probably more scared than anything. Pull over.
That's why they chose the music they chose, and that's why that they laid this life out, you know, from birth to death in this show. It's actually much more to it than I think a lot of people realize until we really start to see it more.
I'm going to skip out because I do have to do my football show where I will be picking the Patriots to lose this week. By the way, go Raven, out!
Well, I'll talk to him later. Pete is great. Love Pete.
11 children in the house. Sometimes we would have 30.
You had the house to hang out at.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Stevens.
What's up, guys?
Welcome.
I just said, let's go live on YouTube. People might like to see that. Believe it or not, that first night we got 1,000 people watching. I don't.
You are now listening to a member of the Disney Podcast family. Head over to Disney Podcast Family on Instagram to see all the latest posts for this show and links to other great Disney podcasts.
Hello and welcome to the DIZPod. It is March 17th, 2026. Lawrence is in full St. Patrick's green. I am not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't do that much, and I'm actually Irish. Are you Irish too? I have Irish in me.
I am not, but I'm Catholic, so
there you go.
It kind of goes along with it. So
there you go. I wasn't quite from Southie Boston, but I was south of Southie. So,
and I had to go to the office today, so figured I would play the part.
There you go, and make sure you don't get pinched, right?
That's right. That's right. That's right. Did you guys do that in school?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments below or in the chat if you've been pinched for not wearing green. We do this live because we do it for you. So hello, chat. Great to see you all on this evening. And we also appreciate any way you listen or watch. Spotify, Amazon, Apple, and iHeartRadio. Go ahead and we love that you support us there as well. Woke up to a little bit of a chill this morning, which surprised me. Didn't see that coming. And it remained a slightly chilly, but so beautiful today. And
it was, you're right. It was a beautiful day here too. I can still see the sun shining outside the window there.
Same.
But yes, when I got up this morning, it was 29.
Ooh.
And I think by the time I got in the car, it was like 30, 32 or so. It never got above 50, I don't think.
Okay.
Just crazy.
Yep. Old man Winter's not ready to let go yet.
No, 45 currently, right now.
Okay. All right. It is vacation week for Orlando schools. So park times are up there. I saw Tron at like 140 a little while ago. 120 to 140. So, you know.
Yeah, I saw some, I didn't see anything that high, but I did see some pretty high wait times, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. A lot of people out of school and on vacation out there, so yeah. If you're going to the parks or if you're in the parks, be prepared for some crazy wait times.
Yeah, we're going to the park on Thursday for a family day, and I would say that I've been kind of studying Islands and Universal, and I think the best strategy to attack that is to get there at rope drop and hit Islands first. The two big boy coasters for it to set the stage for a successful day on both sides. So that's the working plan right now for that. So hey, we're talking movies today, and as you know, it's one of my favorite things to do, and right up my alley. Movies, music, and parks, all that good stuff. You know, I hate to bring this word up, but it just comes up because it's just implanted in our history and our brains now. But the COVID word. You know, when that hit and things shut down, everything I loved to do, I couldn't do. Couldn't go to the parks.
All at once.
Couldn't go to the movies. Couldn't watch. You know, it was like this. It was like, okay, oh, we can't go to the parks. Oh, okay. Oh, well, hey, we'll just go to the movies more. Oh,
right.
Wait a minute, we can't go to the movies. Okay, well, we have to stay home? All right, I'll just kick back and I'll watch sports. Oh, wait a minute, they're not doing that either. It's everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But movies is a fun topic. Did you watch the Oscars on Sunday night?
I did not watch a bit of them. Did you?
What? I was trying to do the old. I can't even do it. I can't even do it. Yes. I had low expectations for the enjoyment piece because I didn't know much about the Best Picture nominees.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, yeah,
I never know.
That's the problem. So, but I just love watching with the family. Just, you know, it was family time well spent. Jacob really enjoys it. I love that I'm enjoying movies through his eyes because he has a passion for movies like I do. Like let us know in chat. Are you the person that just gets up right as soon as the credits hit in a film, or do you sit and appreciate the soundtrack and just kind of soak it all in and come back from fantasy back to reality? Like, we need that cool down. We just immerse ourselves in it so much, and then that's us. Like, we enjoy every second of a film right down to the final words to go up the screen. So yeah, he really enjoys the Oscars too. So we made sure we watched it all the way through. Now, just on the Oscars itself, and I would probably say it was probably like a C for me. There wasn't anything too funny. Conan was okay. Couple of good jokes, but besides that, not too much. And Disney wasn't represented very much this year, but that happens. You know, it's probably one of their lower years. I don't know, maybe not, because I'm sure there's been years with just one. The thing is, though, right? I'm thinking we're talking animation, but anything live action, just I don't know. It feels like it's been a while since something live action. Like, Disney puts out many movies a year, but hardly any make it up for Oscars.
Sure.
If you really think about it, this is unfolding in my brain as we're talking about it right now.
Yeah. Interesting,
right? Because we know they make very high quality films.
And you know what's interesting? I had to check on that because I knew there was a change coming up as we sit here broadcasting on YouTube on 4 different streams, horizontal and vertical, on Park Bros and Living in Diz and Facebook. But speaking of YouTube, the Oscars are set to be on ABC through 2028. And then in 2029, they move to YouTube.
How about that?
They will be on YouTube, not network TV, Sunday night in February, March, whenever they've been on, as they've been for like 93 years or something like that. They will move to YouTube. Shows you the power of YouTube, right?
Times are changing, and more people, as you know, are watching YouTube on televisions. I haven't said the word television in probably 30 years. But they're doing that, and we're slowly getting there, right? Where we're just network TV just broadcast TV is losing to streaming networks, and YouTube's probably the one that's leading the way on that.
Yeah,
and we have YouTube TV, and I don't see myself going anywhere else unless circumstances change. I like what they offer. They offer what we need, and it's a decent price. So
yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So we'll join the Oscars in 2029. Do you think they'd appreciate it if I was like live in the parks on that Sunday, and then we send our people over?
Send them over. That's right.
We'll send them
That's
over.
right. Yeah, redirect
Maybe
right
we
to
should
them.
go on after them. We can talk to them, and they can send people over to us.
We'll
do
be
the
okay
Oscars
with that.
recap show, right?
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Let's see if we can work
Yes.
on that. We got a couple of years. We'll work on it.
One of the fun things about watching the Oscars and when they do the crowd shots is to scan real quick and see who you recognize.
Yeah.
My buddy was in the audience, and he'll probably be more visible now. You know what I'm talking about? Josh Tomorrow.
Oh. Okay.
He was at the Oscars.
All right.
He was there.
All right. He hasn't officially taken over yet, so I guess he's still in, cruise control mode, right?
I guess it's tomorrow,
Yeah.
right?
Look out. Look out. Here it comes.
It's a new day. It's a new dawn.
He's going to have a 9:00 meeting with everybody.
Lily's
that's
Life's dad's
good.
going to watch the Oscars when they award Spaceballs.
He's holding
Picture,
out.
I guess.
He's holding out hope.
Yeah.
Holding out. You just keep waiting, Ken. Keep waiting. I want to address another thing in chat I saw earlier. Funk Congress says, "Hey, what's the deal? Why does everybody give Disney adults so much hate? You know where they don't give Disney adults so much hate? Right here. These two channels. You be a Disney adult all you want. Part of the Disney Streamer Network. You see as much Disney as you want to. No hate from Disney adults right here. So, thanks for joining."
Yeah, the term Disney adults, I feel like the people that have a problem with it are people that don't know how to be a kid in general.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And I feel badly for you, because if you feel like you have to just be a straight up formal adult, how fun is life for you? Because I can be a straight on adult with my professions, and then I can turn around and just be a kid and enjoy life to the fullest. But it's all up to you. But I just think that's what blocks people from
You're right.
from doing that. Maybe they're angry that they can't be a kid.
And you look at pictures or videos of Walt driving around in his train in his backyard.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't a kid at that point.
He's the biggest Disney adult.
Now, you tell me there's something wrong with being a Disney adult after watching Walt on his train. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Really?
That's right. Sharon says Disney's about fun. No one is too old to have fun.
Nope.
Never.
Not at all. Not at all.
Nope. I'm going to be a kid to the end.
Wilson's in the world. Hello. Speaking of kids and adults, go back and watch Pete's Clubhouse chat from, I guess that was Tuesday night, Wednesday night, whatever it was. Ken will tell me. There was a special report from a friend of the Easter Bunny. We'll just leave it at that. Go back and watch that show if you want to talk about adults being kids.
Okay.
Loved it.
All right.
So yeah, so Disney did not have a good showing, I guess you could say, at this year's Oscars. They weren't really up for much. They did get one win. That win was for Best Visual Effects for Avatar: Fire and Ash. So they won for the award went to the film's visual effects team, which includes Industrial Light and Magic, ILM, which Disney owns. The films that were nominated but lost, they lost Best Animated Feature, was Zootopia 2 and Ilio. They both were nominated for Best Animated Feature, and they lost to K-Pop Demon Hunters. Do you know K-Pop Demon Hunters?
I have a 19-year-old daughter. Good night, everyone. Oh, yes. K-pop has been her life for quite some time. That's crazy, though. I would have bet the mortgage if you said, "Hey, what's going to win Best Picture? K-pop, Demon Hunters, or Zootopia, or even Elio?" I would have been like, "Oh, that's easy.
Yeah,
that's real easy."
Yeah,
but that movie was huge.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I'm definitely gathering that they made a lot of money. It shows you the power of K-pop these days. But I'll tell you, that song is infectious. That's a good song.
It is.
I have to say, it's got a good hook.
Yeah, I mean, remember my 7-year-old, ran around here singing it for whoever knows how long. So, yeah. So K-pop Demon Hunters took home Best Animated Feature. They also won Best Original Song. So that's what happens. Yeah, K-pop won. So that's what happens. Now,
doesn't it seem hold that thought for 1 second. Doesn't it seem like if there's like a professional artist, everyone's a professional, but I mean like if you're on the pop charts, country chart, whatever, like mainstream, and you write a song for a movie, that usually wins, doesn't it? It just usually beats everything else, I feel like. Yeah,
I wonder if it's because you have more production value behind it, because you have more money behind it, because you're a bigger star. Maybe that has something to do with it. And maybe it's not necessarily that it has more appeal. Maybe it just has more appeal because it's more widely known.
I think the appeal part is right. Now, one other thing I'll say about did I let you get to that thought yet before I go on to the next thing?
Go ahead.
I think that the Oscars and how we decide how they win should be restructured, because we do end up with a lot of movies. How is it that most people go into watching the Oscars and saying, I have no friggin' idea what these movies are about? And I went to 20 movies this year. Like, it means you didn't care enough to see it. I think there's a reputation there's a reputation of a lot of movies that win or get this acclaim, but it's more on, it's from the artistic people. It's from critics.
Mm-hmm.
It's not from the people. So I think and I don't know, you all can tell me in chat, I did not see Sinners. I know that I think it did well in the theaters. I only know one person that saw it, 2 people, and they didn't like it. So I can't evaluate it, but that got some attention. But I think they should cut that pie up. I think that you should account in a certain percentage critics, people in the industry, box office, and then the people. Little bit of a fan vote, just a little bit, or let the fans vote through their pocketbooks. So give the box office a level of acknowledgement, because how do I say it? It's not so much that it's the best movie, but it should be taken into account because that many people are seeing it. So those are other opinions. We're only getting opinions from critics and from people in the industry also. And maybe you take a little of the politics out of it, because it's a lot of politics too on the actor side and directors, whoever votes. So that's my little soapbox thing about that. I think that we'd get a better quality show and maybe better movies getting awarded or recognized. You know what I mean? Because you're never going to get, what if Avengers is the best movie of the year?
Right.
They're not even going to get a sniff.
Right. Yeah.
Just as an example.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But we always have to go artsy fartsy.
Sinners made $370 worldwide.
Okay.
It opened with 48 million. So certainly did well, but Zootopia 2 made like 3 times that.
Wow. Yeah. So give it a piece. 25%. I don't know. 40% of consideration. Let me know if you all agree with that in comments later or in the chat now. So Purple Pleasure saw Sinners, and it wasn't for her. She says, I didn't like it, but it was well made, and Michael B. Jordan deserved the Best Actor win. One thing I will say about the awards this year, though, was that it was very diverse in where they were going. Like, it's almost like one or two movies will dominate, and I don't have the count. Maybe it'll turn out that way, but it didn't seem that way. It was like best actor. It was Michael B. Jordan, so that was Sinners. The title of that movie is so long. One battle after another with Leonardo DiCaprio. Now I didn't see Michael's performance, but I know that Leo's was definitely worthy of a nomination, at least. He didn't win that, but I say that because what won Best Picture? That. Right? Yeah. One battle after another won Best Picture. And I almost feel like when Michael B. Jordan won Sinners, I was like, oh, it's a lock now because, the male lead won, Best Actor. I feel like, we could fact check it, I'm not sure, but I feel like that kind of coincides with Best Picture. And he didn't get it. Best Actress. Best Actress was Jessica, I'm new to her. Buckley. Amazing actress. Unbelievable. Best performance I've seen this year. Not for the movie she won in Hamnet, but I think we're going to see Hamnet because Jacob wants to see it.
Okay.
Her performance in The Bride was one of the best I've seen in a long time. The Bride was really good. Her performance was better than the movie. Made you like the movie more. But, man, that performance, it was like Joker level. Like, you know how hard it looked to like play the Joker? I'm putting that performance on that level. I mean, it's almost split personalities. 1 second she's talking one way, next second boom, 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 and then she's back to like normal. Like that girl has a strong future. So, so that's my rant about that.
Sinners did take home quite a bit. Best Actor, Best Adapted Screenplay, Original Screenplay, and Original Score. But as you said, they did not take home Best Picture. That went to One Battle After Another, which also took Supporting Actor. Weapons got Supporting Actress.
That was a surprise. And Weapons was good, but her performance was great, worthy of a win. And we did see One Battle After Another, and we thought that was one of the better movies we saw last year. It was good.
Fire and Ash for visual effects. Costume design went to Frankenstein. Best makeup and hairstyling, Frankenstein. And best production design, Frankenstein. So, yeah, it was pretty diverse. I mean, above those top categories there. There wasn't one that swept the whole thing, which I think is good.
It's better.
It's funny. I did not see any of those movies. It was not a big year for movies for us. Just between work and Disney and the network and the shows and all that, just haven't had time for it. There was a time though. There was a year. There were a couple of years, but there was one year in particular where we were doing pre-screenings, advanced screenings.
Yes.
And man, we racked up some movies. There was a week we went to free pre-screenings Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Wow. I love that.
That was crazy. If you're into movies, I suggest you all try that. You sign up for advancedscreenings.com. And you'll get a bunch of different ones. The only issue I will warn you is that they want a full theater for the pre-screenings, so they oversell, quote unquote, they're free, but they oversell the tickets. So if the theater holds, let's say 100 people, they're going to get 125 people that get tickets to it. So you have to be there early. So normally we get there like an hour to an hour and a half early. But it's a great way to see some, movies in advance and not have to pay for them. Sometimes they'll ask you for your opinion afterwards. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they make you take your phones and put them in a Ziploc bag outside the theater. Sometimes they just tell you, no phones. Obviously, I mean, it's a movie.
No leaks, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're into movies, I would really suggest you do that. I think we saw 42 movies that way one year. So.
Yeah, I would probably say we're averaging a little over 50 movies a year now with our A-list.
That's pretty good.
So, yeah.
That's pretty good.
I think it was like 52 last year. So 52 or 54. I think it was 52. So you'd say, wow, that's one movie. It averages one movie a week.
Mm-hmm.
But there are very rare that we miss a week, but there's times that we double up. I guess we've missed maybe 3 or 4 weeks, but then we'll double up on a Friday and a Sunday.
Sure.
One thing I'd like to do one time is maybe just like if I have a few scheduled weekdays off and we're just chilling, just go and do a double feature. Like just go from one theater to the next.
Yeah.
Be fun. It'd be fun. Miss Mel loved Sinners. I've seen a double feature. The most I've done was I saw this is when Indiana Jones had 3 movies. I went to a film festival and we watched all 3 back to back to back.
Okay.
Which was pretty cool. Took all day Saturday, of course.
I once did that with the Harry Potter films. No.
Oh, God. Imagine that. You can't even do that with Star Wars. Now.
No,
goodness.
goodness.
I couldn't. I don't care how much I love movies. I could never stay for something that's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movies. Like, what do you do? Can you come back the next day?
Yeah. That'd be too much.
Lawrence Kibler had to walk out of one battle. Only second time ever walked out of a movie. 30 minutes in, I was bored and felt no desire to keep watching. Wow. Have you ever had the desire to walk out of a movie? I never have. And with our scoring system here at LID is 60%. If I tell you something 60% or higher, then we're okay with you going to watch it. We won't feel badly for saying, yeah, it's 60. It's 60. It's at the cusp, but you won't be mad you won't be looking for your 2 hours back. It was decent.
Right.
Anything below. We only rated 2 movies last year under 60% in the 50s. And we stayed to watch those. Wow. Okay. I respect
Lawrence
that.
Kibler, can you tell us more why I know you said you were bored, but tell us a little bit more about it. And excuse me, you saw it. Do you see where Lawrence Kibler's coming from? Did it get more? Did it? If he would have stayed, would he have? Would it have redeemed itself? What do you think?
Wow, it could be so contrasting, huh? From what I'm thinking of. Like, I think that it grasped me from the beginning. I was like, okay, there's stuff happening right here. Why is this happening? I mean, it is, if I can remember correctly, it does have a political slant to it. It could be that maybe he disagreed with what was going on. I'm not going to say whether I did or I didn't. I did take notice that it had some strong political statements to make. So that could have been a turnoff to him or others. I could see that and understand it. But Leo was great. And you could see right away that his performance was going to be great. Sean Penn won. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he was outstanding. So even the female, I can't remember her name. Both females in that, all the main actors were really good. I thought it moved along. I thought it paced well. And there's even in a very serious movie some very funny things. And there's some great scenes at the end. He missed a great ending. I think. But always love when Lawrence comes in because he's a fellow A-lister.
Yep.
So I use he probably knows this. I use him on Saturdays as the kind of the ping for me to say, Lawrence is in. It's time for that A-list review. We always like to share with you all what we thought about the Friday night movie. So you were going to say
I think a lot of times that I get to movies and I feel that way, like, when's it going to get moving? Like the pace in the beginning. And I had to just tell myself, okay, this is how it tells the story. And then it starts to move along. But yes, there have been some movies that I thought about walking out of. A Million Ways to Die in the West. Seth MacFarlane. We actually went to see that with some friends. It was a pre-screening.
Yeah.
Meaning it was free, and they walked out. They had it, and they walked out. I don't know how long into the movie, but they walked out, and I was like, should we leave too? Is this just too much? We recently saw a movie with the guy who was the child actor in Indiana Jones. His name is going to escape me now.
Oh, yes. I forget his name, but
Yeah.
he was in a recent film, and wasn't it, I think it came, I've got a list of this year's movies. It was good. Did you like the movie? It was an action film, right?
It was an action film. His name is Mutt Williams? That's not him. Who's that? No. Ki-Yu Kwan? If I'm pronouncing that right.
I would roll with that.
Okay, I want to see what the name of this movie was.
Love Hurts.
Love
Right?
Hurts.
Love Hurts.
Yes.
Love Hurts.
I did it. I enjoyed it. It
How
made
about the scene when they're in the beginning? They're jumping over the fences in the yards, and did you know that was Marshawn Lynch, the main hitman?
Yes.
Main hitman, but
Yeah.
from the Seahawks.
$17 million is what it made.
All right. I mean, we could do a whole thing on movies that should have made more money.
Yeah.
I mean, it was to me it was better than 17 million.
I thought so. I forget why. I think we just went to go. I think Jay might have stayed home with Finley, and we just wanted kind of a date
to get
night.
out.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Not every movie has to be, Oscar winning. But it was fun.
Can I say this when we're looking, and we will get to the Disney stuff, everyone. Can I say this about a movie like, boy, was I dead wrong on Wicked. I thought that would dominate the Oscars. It's a grand stage. The performances were unbelievable. It was magical. It took you back to a place that we were first introduced to in 1930-something? Nothing.
One or
Crickets.
two.
Not both.
Mm-hmm.
Not even nominated for costumes, best song. I thought that Defying Gravity, the end of the first movie, was one of the most epic, spine-chilling endings to a movie ever. There's a lot of movies out there, but that just really gave me all the chills at the end to come to a climax like that. Nothing. I don't know.
So, guess who hasn't seen 1 or 2?
Am I looking at him? Wow.
I wanted to, and I don't know. We just, like I said, just this past year, it's just been so busy. Just have not had any time, but yeah, we're gonna. And anytime we want to watch a movie, Finley's watching something, typically Disney. But I think that she would like Wicked. She's very much into. I shouldn't say very much, but she's into musicals. She likes singing, so I think she would enjoy it. And it's The Wizard of Oz. We do need her to watch the original Wizard of Oz. I think she would enjoy that.
I want to know in chat who is good and who is bad at evaluating a movie, meaning you go see it and you go, man, that was terrible. Like Lawrence, I'm not picking on Lawrence at all, but Lawrence went to go see One Battle and he walked out. Like, what was he not getting from it that's why most of my movies are acceptable when I review them, because I'm just really good. I've been good for a long time at choosing what I think I'll like.
Mm.
And it's vast. I can see a musical. I can see a love story. I can see action. I can see thriller. I can see horror. I'm just really good at picking things.
Mm-hmm.
So much so, Tammy half the time doesn't even know what she's seeing when the lights go down.
Just walking in blind.
She just trusts me. I've never steered her wrong in a movie. Maybe the two, that we rated below that in 2025. But I will also tell her, though, what I think. I will say, those two that we rated low, I say, if we didn't have the A-list, we wouldn't be here. This probably isn't going to be great. And I nail it every time.
See, that's what I would do with the advanced screenings, too. I would see some that I was thinking, let's go see it because it's free. Same thing like you said with the A-list. I mean, it's included, so, it's free, quote unquote.
You have more leniency. You can just go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And maybe there's something, really artistic in it that you end up liking. Because, I mean, honestly, for the pre-screenings, you're not going to get many of these that are, wicked. Even the one we saw.
Because they don't need it.
Exactly. The one we saw for Wish, and I think we've only done maybe 2 or 3 animated movies, not many. But when we got Wish, that was a pre-screening, but it was paid. So it might have been $4, $5, something like that. It was really cheap, but you still did have to pay for it. Most of the time, it's 100% free. But yeah, you just go and just, take a shot. Maybe it's one of those hidden gems that you're like, hey, that was pretty good. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
And, Lawrence says in the chat that he'll go see anything, and that's perfect for an A-lister. And we almost will too, because of that. There's so many movies I wouldn't have taken a chance on because movies are they're I don't want to say priceless. They are priceless, but movies are expensive.
Yeah.
So you really have to decide, what you want to try to take a chance. Movies are a bet, right? We bet every time we go to the movies. You put your money down and you say, I'm betting that I'm going to enjoy this.
Right.
And hopefully more often than not, you enjoy it for sure.
Yeah.
I'll say this. We want to see, if anyone can ever see, especially if it's a favorite movie of yours, if something comes to your town that is like, for example, we saw E.T. in concert, which is why we started the live stream later on Saturday. And I'm not exaggerating. You probably heard me say this. I'm not exaggerating when I say that was one of the greatest experiences of my life for entertainment. It was really, really touching to me. I still love soundtracks. I played the E.T. soundtrack to death, along with Star Wars and Indiana Jones and all that stuff. I know a lot of that stuff by heart, note for note. To hear that played, watch it being played in front of us, it gave me chills from top to bottom. And a lot of scenes in that movie, just unbelievable, especially when they do the iconic da na 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 na. Even Tammy and I talked about it later. She was like, I'm getting chills talking about it. She's like, did you see like 50 violins and basses just stroke into the same notes and just doing that in the first 8 minutes? The whole forest scene.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch much of it. I probably watched 10% of it.
Yeah.
My jaw was just open, and I was in awe at how they just hit all the notes. And just watching.
And you're listening, right? And did you feel like it was recorded, right? You're like, how are they playing? It's the same that I've heard all these dozens and dozens of years. And for decades, I've heard this music. They're playing this. It doesn't make sense.
You almost don't believe it. You almost don't believe they're really playing.
Yep.
Now, if you're a technical person and you know musicians, I'm sure each and every one of them walked out of there like, man, I really missed that E minor, in scene 3. Like I hit it a half a second off or something. We know that happens. But to us, the common person, like it's just like they nailed everything, you know, and the music came up and then it came down when it was supposed to. And then you pay more attention to a few things like what instruments are used. The harp is used a lot in that soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
There's one big harp on stage and you just kind of look over and, I watch the harp a lot and just to watch her kind of pick that thing. And that thing popped up way more often than I even realized. Because there are some iconic scenes where it's like all harp.
Yeah.
Just driving into the film, I said to Jacob, pay attention to the harp when Elliot's talking to E.T. when he thinks he's dead, and sure enough, there it was all on its own. And there's moments you realize the moments that there is no music.
Yeah, true.
You know, you just see them all kind of. And sometimes I was trying to nail who was doing what. Sometimes you're like, okay, who's doing that? Who's making that sound? You know, it's the clarinet in the back. You know.
And Corey's right. If you have the chance to go and see that, you know, so he saw E.T. You've seen Star Wars also, right?
God, I have. You know what? I didn't see an actual film from start to finish, but I did see Star Wars in concert before. I think Jill might have been a baby. So almost 20 years ago, I saw Star Wars in concert. So they played like montages of different things.
Oh.
It's been a while. I'm gonna guess like maybe they did a montage of Anakin scenes. And kind of did that, and then they did something else, battles or sad moments.
Yeah.
So it was kind of that. It was a mishmash, which was still great.
Yeah.
But I really missed last year, the year before. They did do Empire Strikes Back here, and I missed it. That would be if you said what's the ultimate for you, it would have been that, and I doubt they'll bring it back. Now I will say this, and maybe if you have your flight pass next year, they did announce while we were there, and I believe this is the exact film. I think they're doing Raiders.
Oh,
so if it intrigues you guys, you can always come down on a Saturdays and check out the 2:30 show.
And they do a good amount of those. So E.T., he just said Raiders. We have seen Star Wars episode 4 and 5, I think. I think is what they did. And then Harry Potter was 1 and 2. They were supposed to continue, and then this was in 2020. So because of the pandemic, they stopped doing them. And I don't know that they've picked them up again. But there is just something about seeing that orchestra performing the music that you've known and loved and know every note to. Just amazing to see that perform. So if you have the chance to see that, see that. Pamela wants to talk about the Michael Jackson biopic that's coming out next month. I'm very excited about that. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. I just took Mom to see
you did.
MJ the Musical a couple weeks ago. We had a phenomenal time. And so this movie should be pretty good. So we'll be seeing that next month. Yeah.
I am highly anticipating that, and I think the family is not many people can beat the music catalog of Michael Jackson. And, part of that film, from what I hear, they're not going to get into all his legal stuff, which I don't know if you're okay with that or not. I think it's fair to tell people that before they make the choice. Because do you want the all-out honesty, or not honesty, but how it all played out for him? Like the Elvis movie we saw, last year, 2 years ago, that biopic was phenomenal. It made me an Elvis fan. So good. I would recommend it if you haven't seen it. So good. You don't even have to be an Elvis fan. But It showed his highs and lows. I came away from that feeling badly for him. Now, nobody puts drugs in our mouths. We put them in our mouths. Mm-hmm. But that's a guy that was pretty much forced to keep going. And the people around him did him wrong. But so, if that's true, I only heard it, just know that you may not see that side of things. You're just going to see more of the musical side of it. But it looks good, and every time a new trailer comes out, it gets me more and more excited for it. I mean, I think I'm going to be dancing in my seat for sure.
I will say that the musical did address quite a bit more than I thought they were going to.
Oh, the musical did really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Quite a bit more.
If I would have thought the film would have done it first before the musical would have done it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. They went into it. I was you start to see why certain things happen. And so I was glad they addressed it the way they did, and the family, the estate, blessed the musical. So we saw the touring one. obviously it's on Broadway, and there's also a West End version as well. So if it goes around to your city and you have the chance to see it and you're a big Michael Jackson fan, totally say, go take a look at that.
Well, there. And I didn't know Miss Organized Life said it's his nephew playing him.
Yes.
How about
yes. And if I remember correctly, he did not really want to, and then he just got into it and just went. Like, they said
I wonder if family had influence on it.
I think I'm sure they had a lot of discussion, and whoever the producers or whoever went to him was like, "Hey, you should do this." And I'm sure he was like, "No, I'm good." That's what I'm thinking. I just playing it in my head. No, I'm good. And then he went to the family, and they're like, they really want you to do this, blah, blah, blah. And from what I can tell, I saw one interview where they said he just totally embodied it, and you will be pleasantly surprised. So we're going to see.
He's got the talent in his genes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's there.
Exactly.
It's there. So, yeah, looking forward to that. So, yeah, we're here to talk some Disney Oscar stuff. So, what do you have for us?
So, I remember we did, when we did what did we call them? The Dizzies? When we did our award ceremony. I pulled that clip of Walt Disney winning for Seven Dwarfs, and he won a regular Academy Award, and then they gave him 7 smaller ones.
So cool.
And that didn't even start his run of Academy Awards. So Walt Disney himself has won 22 competitive Academy Awards. He has won 4 honorary Oscars and has 59 total nominations. That is the most nominations and the most wins of any human on the planet. And that's Walt Disney. And a lot of it started with the shorts back in the 30s before he went to long form. So, we all know the magic, right? We see it in the parks. Corey's out there twice a week, and we see that, we feel it. But, it started... Folks, if you have not seen the 6-part series, How Disney Built America, you need to go see that, because it's on, oh gosh, I can't remember. Somebody in chat will tell me. But go sit down and watch that 6-piece series, because that was really, really well done. And it shows you how he was on the brink of no money, sold his car, and had to keep borrowing from Peter to pay Paul in order to keep the studio going, and look at where it ended up now. So I always think of his story as just a great American true grit, just get it done, figure out, I know I have something, I just have to keep going. And he had his brother behind him helping the entire way and pushing, because he could see the vision that his brother had.
We know a lot of this stuff, but I'm just thinking in my head as you're explaining this, like, the first thoughts about Walt and how things really get started was he would take the family to this small amusement park and just think, why can't there be something that the whole family can do together and everything? So I'm guessing he was an animator first and then taking the family to this stuff. So was more of his motivation to, okay, the animation is going to be my pathway to financial success to pay for this park?
I want to say that series actually tells a good amount of it. I think it was kind of that way, History Channel, thank you. Yeah, I think that, if I remember correctly, I think the park was let's make it's almost like making Minnie's Runaway Railway, which you guys can't see, but my the background of my monitor here that I'm looking at is looking down Hollywood Boulevard. So I'm looking at the Chinese theater as I'm looking at Corey. So Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, you know, takes you and puts you into the cartoon. And I think that was kind of what, you know, he wanted to do, as, you know, my plaque right here says. You know, you leave this reality and you enter, you know, the world of yesterday, today, tomorrow, and fantasy. So I think that was kind of the idea behind the park, is I can create all these things on the screen. Now I want to create them in real life. And I believe he did it. And I'm just going to say it. Your buddy who takes over tomorrow, I think, is going to deliver that again. I think that he is going to put, you know, that Michael Eisner time period of Disney parks. I really think that's what we're going to get again. You know, between Abu Dhabi and Villains Land and all the new rides, Monsters Coaster, that thing is... We don't even know much about it, but we know you're riding on a door and it's the first of its kind in Disney. And go look at how big that building is. Like, think about this. If it is a coaster the length of Guardians, okay, because the building is massive. If it's a coaster the length of Guardians without the speed of Guardians, it's going to be a very long coaster, right? Guardians is the longest coaster in the world as far as length, but because it's going 60 miles an hour, it's over in, 3 minutes. That the door coaster is not going to move that fast. Just think about how long that attraction is going to be.
Oh,
I think we're in for some good stuff.
I think so. I think you nailed it when you compare him to Eisner. Eisner just seemed to have a genuine love for the parks and bringing the best possible attractions that they could come up with at that time. I think Josh, he seems like he's going to be a lot like him. I'm definitely excited.
Now, Eisner also led to the parks with the movies. So you had that Renaissance period going on right then, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, and all those good movies right then, which then led to all the entertainment in the parks. Think about what the parades and nighttime shows would have been without some of those big movies then. So I think that we are going to get a really good renaissance there. I really do. I don't know if they'll call it the Renaissance period, but it's going to be something. So here's some quick timelines about the Disney at the Oscars. So the first win was in 1932. Won the first Academy Award for Flowers and Trees, which was a Silly Symphony short. And it was the first full-color cartoon to win in 32. It was almost 100 years ago. It's crazy. In 39, it was the most iconic Oscar ever, as I talked about. Yeah, the one full statue and 7 mini ones. By the way, those were real statues. They weren't like props. They actually just made 7 actual mini statues. They didn't like, they weren't made out of chocolate or something. In the 40s, Disney won multiple Oscars for animated shorts featuring Mickey Mouse and Friends. And then in 69, he won his final Oscar, giving him the most, or cementing his record as the most awarded individual ever. And that was in 69. And no one has done it. In 89, 20 years later, you get The Little Mermaid, which wins 2 Oscars, which starts this new Renaissance era. 94, you get The Lion King, which wins 2 Oscars, including Best Original Song. 95, Pixar starts to change the world. And you get Toy Story, which earns a Special Achievement Oscar, the first fully computer animated film. Now, you've talked a lot about hand-drawn. And
yes.
And yet you have Toy Story in 95, which was computer animated. But it still felt hand-drawn. Am I wrong? Did the styling was... I guess it was a fresh version of hand-drawn. It didn't feel like a lot of what we're seeing today.
Which one?
Toy Story, the first one.
Yeah, you're talking about Toy Story. No, that was totally digital. It just wasn't. It was new, so it doesn't look nearly as good as what we'll see with like Toy Story 5, things.
But I mean, like the stuff we're seeing today is different.
It's a whole different style of animation.
Yeah.
These kids don't know. Kids that are 5 and 10 and maybe even 15 just don't really know when they see new movies. They don't know hand-drawn.
Yeah.
Unless they've gone back to the classics.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that asking for us to go back to black and white? When they went to color, like it sounds almost like, no, man, we need to get back to the black and whites. We need the black and whites.
Could be.
Yes, I mean, Pixar, Disney, the digital age of animation is amazing. I love it, but it'd be nice now and then I'd like to see what would happen because listen, George Lucas and how many have said it's all about the story no matter what it is.
Yeah.
It's about the story. So if you put a solid story out there and it's hand-drawn, is it going to flop? Maybe. Maybe the younger generations are like, what's that? Yeah, I'm just not going to give that a chance based on what it looks like. It's kind of like, I don't even know if it's like this, but it's something I was just thinking of. Like, there are Star Wars fans. There are people that will only watch the movies. But man, are there some amazing stories that they have just passed up because it's animation. And you could see all these on Disney Plus. Clone Wars is like 6... Is it 6? Did they stop at 6? They either stopped at 6 and then resumed, and now there's 9. There's a massive amount of seasons for Clone Wars. And each, almost all of them have about 24 episodes in them, if I'm not mistaken. So good. Fills that timeline of the Clone Wars. You hear the mention of the Clone Wars. You don't see too much of it.
Right.
You see it in Attack of the Clones, kind of the start of it. You don't see all of that.
Yeah.
There's some great stuff out there, but it's the animation part of it. And I try to tell people, no, give that a chance too.
Give it a chance.
Put that aside. But yeah, I don't think we're seeing any hand-drawn coming soon. Now, we know Wish didn't do well in the box office. I don't think that was so close to hand-drawn looking that's why it didn't do well. Don't know why that didn't do well. But that looked really close to hand-drawn. It made me kind of you have a double take. Like, wait a minute. Did they hand-draw this? So yeah, I'm still pumping my fist for that one. So someday maybe we'll get a hand-drawn movie. Maybe if Josh still walks the parks and we happen to bump into each other. Josh, can we get a hand-drawn film?
He might have a couple extra people around him now.
Yeah, he might. I don't know. I saw Chapek in the park.
Nobody wanted to be around him.
Would he have been approachable? I don't know. I'm glad he was. I'm glad I didn't approach him.
Yeah. Nobody wanted to be around him, so it was fine. So in 2001, they start a new category, the Academy does. They introduced Best Animated Feature. That's only been around since 2001. What movie won the first Best Animated Feature? I'll give you 2 guesses.
Best Animated Feature.
Very first one.
See, I'm probably going to be wrong, but I thought it was Snow White.
Nope. 2001.
2001. Well, it had to be Frozen then.
Nope.
Really? Huh.
Frozen was 2013. In 2001, the first winner, Shrek.
Oh, it wasn't even Disney.
Wasn't even Disney. Shrek.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, Shrek is probably, unless, I'm just thinking off the top of my head quickly, Shrek may be the best. Ooh, my phone is ringing. I don't know if you heard that. The heck? Yeah, man, this boy's live. So, what was I saying? Shrek might be one of the best animated movies that's not Disney. Shrek was phenomenal.
Shrek was really good.
Yeah. The
Shrek
humor
really
in that is on point.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was DreamWorks. I don't think that was Illuminations who does Minions.
No.
But people shouldn't sleep on those either. Each and every Minions delivers plenty of laughs, I feel like, for me. They're good. I didn't think I was going to like any of the Minion stuff, but a few minutes in, just watching, what's funniest to me about Minions is how they laugh at each other. One might get something very hurtful done to him, and then there's a pause, and then he laughs at him. Like, they are loony. They are crazy, and that's what makes those fun. And Gru is kind of like that. He's played by Michael from The Office, and he's kind of like what Michael would be if he was trying to be like a mad.
Yes, I agree.
Not a mad scientist, but right. He just tries so hard to be serious, and he just, So
Despicable Me was good. I enjoyed that first one.
Yes.
I did see Shrek in the theaters, in Orlando actually. Took my now 31-year-old to Disney in 2001 in February, and we had some time to go. I think we had a late flight home, and we had to check out of the hotel, and we didn't have park days. We weren't annual pass holders, and we went to the theater down there in Kissimmee somewhere. So, yeah, I saw Shrek in the theaters and thought it was hysterical. So, yes. 2003 is when Pixar gets into it, and they win Best Animated Feature with Finding Nemo. 2013, as I mentioned, Frozen wins 2 Oscars and starts its global phenomena. In 2018, Marvel gets in with Black Panther winning 3 Oscars. 2021, Best Picture win via Disney went to Nomadland, and that's owned by Searchlight. Well, that's Searchlight Pictures, which is owned by Disney. And then in 26, as we mentioned in the beginning, slower night for Disney. They did win 1 Oscar for Avatar for visual effects. So here's some quick trivia facts. Disney holds the all-time record for 22 Oscars. Holds the record for 59 nominations. As I mentioned, Snow White's many Oscars are real. They are not props. Disney dominated the Best Animated Shorts category for decades before features were even recognized. Right? So they've owned it for a long time. Pixar has won more animated feature Oscars than any other studio. Which then means Disney has, because Disney bought Pixar. Beauty and the Beast won first animated film ever nominated for Best Picture. And my co-host there, that's his favorite. No, right? Favorite princess, favorite movie.
Go further.
Favorite song?
Yeah, favorite soundtrack.
Favorite soundtrack? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. For Disney musicals, though, you know what is really close, though. And if I really sat down and tried to break it down, I almost could put Frozen ahead of that, soundtrack-wise. It's like almost every song is a banger.
Okay.
Okay. I might have to sit down and compare. That might edge that out these days, but if it's not anymore, Beauty and the Beast for me had a long run as the best Disney musical soundtrack.
You know what I always wonder, though, with movies from that period or even before, right? Aristocats or, some of those others that we know, 101 Dalmatians. I wonder if they would have been made now, or if social media had been big then, or streaming had been big then, would the music have been received differently, right? I think what happened with Frozen was, I remember I didn't see the movie right away, but you had all of the dads and daughters doing the it just fell out of my head, the song Can I Say Something Crazy?
I love Crazy.
Right. So you had all the dads and daughters doing that song.
Jill and I used to do it,
right?
Karaoke style at home all the time.
And so I think that created this buzz about it. And I just wonder if Lion King and Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid, although, those were all huge soundtracks, I wonder if it would have been, how much bigger it would have been had there been social media like there is during this Frozen and Inside Out and Zootopia type,
Yeah.
time.
Great question. Yeah, great thoughts.
You just never know. So Disney didn't own Star Wars when it first won its Oscar in 1977. But now those count because Disney owns Star Wars. Avatar won 3 Oscars and became one of Disney's biggest technical winners after acquisition. And despite its dominance, Disney has very few acting Oscar wins compared to other studios.
Isn't that interesting?
It dominates, but it dominates really for
the project as a
for
whole.
animation or visual effects or stuff like that, but not acting.
I always felt when I was growing up, when you saw a Disney movie, you could put 2 films side by side, and I could say in a heartbeat if it was a Disney movie, because their movements and the animation was something that you couldn't even, other studios just didn't seem to compare. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Disney has a way of how the characters moved and all that back then in the hand-drawn days. I think it wasn't till maybe An American Tail or something where you say, oh, okay, that's a lot closer to Disney animation right there.
Okay. I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. American Tail 1 through 27 or however many they did. I just remember they just kept coming out with them. You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see it.
I saw the first one in the theater, and then I don't think I saw any of the other 39.
I think it was
Diane.
There was Diane Warren somewhere out there. I think she wrote that, right? She may have sung that one too.
Yeah. So Disney and Best Original Song go hand in hand. You've got songs like Let It Go, A Whole New World, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And some of I just remember like the Oscar performances of like A Whole New World and as big as Can You Feel the Love Tonight? I mean, there were some big songs that really took over the globe. And that's why I said, like, how much bigger would they have been had social media been around? It's just pretty interesting to think of some of their dominance, but then not in other categories.
I know. Wouldn't have even realized that unless we started talking about it.
Yeah.
Earlier on, Stephen Tony said, "How do you compare Pixar to DreamWorks?"
I feel like Pixar is more steady, right? I think they have. Name me a DreamWorks dud or a Pixar dud. I think when they hit, they hit. And I don't know that everything that DreamWorks puts out is at the top.
It comes down to, like I was talking about, the hand-drawn days.
Mm.
So how many companies tried to hit with a hit animated feature film and would just fall so flat compared to Disney? Anastasia, American Tail. I even as a kid, I wasn't even paying for the ticket, and I had no interest. If it wasn't Disney, I wasn't going. Just wasn't going. Now, I might have missed out on some good films because of it, but I think that in the heart of Disney, in the heart of Pixar, that their films are more heartfelt. You feel them more. I don't know if there's that much emotion and deep character development that makes you think of the characters as much. The stories might not be as deep. It's kind of what I think is the difference between them.
Okay.
And Disney's vast with what you get. I mean, you got Elio, you got Hoppers, Inside Out, all very different movies.
Yeah.
DreamWorks / Illuminations, and they're good, but what are they running with? They ran with Shrek for a while. Then they ran with Kung Fu Panda for a short run. Then it was Minions that they've been, milking every second out of that, which I'm not mad at that. There's another one coming out. We'll go see it. And until they let us down, I'll keep going to see them. So, I just think that everything Disney does is just really more heartfelt. Land Before Time, yeah, maybe that was good. I know they had a few of those too. But Land Before Time, I would say that animation did look more like a Disney hand-drawn film.
Yeah, yeah. So I just pulled up a few, right? I pulled up, give me some DreamWorks hits, and then give me some duds. So Shrek, Kung Fu Panda, as you mentioned, How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon was good.
Yeah.
That was heartfelt.
Yes. Madagascar, The Boss Baby, Puss in Boots. But then they also had some non-hits. Shark Tale, B-Movie, Monsters vs. Aliens, Turbo, The Croods, or The Croods, The New Age. So they had some that have not done well. I think that you wouldn't find as many duds from Pixar as you did from DreamWorks. And I wonder, is it, kind of what Bob Iger, put an end to recently, where it was quality over quantity. And he was like, no, we're going to make good movies. Stop just going for volume. And maybe that's the problem, is that they're just going for volume. I don't know.
Yeah, so if we're looking at a list of Pixar films, right, and how are we considering duds? I'm not looking at box office here. Just overall feel, right?
Okay.
Is that fair to say, like an overall feel? Like, I agree with those ones that you said were duds. I feel like Cars 2 fell flat, and that was a dud. There is a finite group that loves WALL-E, but WALL-E really, it could be controversial. WALL-E wasn't very good.
I didn't really get WALL-E.
I didn't either. I think it might have been a statement of how, lazy people have gotten.
Okay.
But, I saw it. Don't have interest in seeing it again. But I love WALL-E. We love WALL-E, the character in Eve or Eva.
Mm-hmm.
That they were the best thing about that. Love WALL-E. But not the movie so much. Cars 2 fell flat, I thought. But I think Pixar regained my fandom with Cars 3. I think they really did battle back with that one. Brave was a one and done for me. And I think overall people weren't super fans of that one. But Nobody remembers The Good Dinosaur unless that was like the first. Unless you have like a childhood memory, like your grandpa took you to that, and it's sentimental. But The Good Dinosaur was definitely something that fell flat for Disney, or Pixar, I should say.
Yeah.
Onward was also another one of those.
Yeah.
I think Soul was better than it should have been recognized for, but that probably was floppy too.
So it's listed as a flop. However, I mean it won an Oscar, but it went straight to streaming because it was 2020.
Yes.
So
and Onward did too, I believe. So.
Yeah. So I wonder, had it been, in the theaters, how would it have been received? Same thing for Turning Red. Wasn't, it was 22, but it didn't hit as many theaters as it should have. So
yeah,
could that have been better?
Jacob and I really thought Luca was very good. I don't know if you saw Luca, but we enjoyed Luca. Luca was fun.
It was fun.
Turning Red was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I even liked Lightyear. I probably am one of the bigger fans of Lightyear than the general public, but that was probably considered a flop as well.
Yeah.
Elemental took it hard publicly, I would say, but we were pleasantly surprised by Elemental. Elio was better than the public thought, I think, as well as the box office. I don't think it stood up to normal standards. Mm-hmm. And I think Pixar hit an absolute home run with Hoppers. I think Hoppers is the best Pixar movie to come out since Inside Out 2. That's not going that far back, but if you wanted to skip that and go further back, I'd have to say it's been so long since I've seen Incredibles 2. I would probably, for me, I think Hoppers is probably the best movie if we're not counting Inside Out from 2024. Man, I could go as far back as, wow, I'm going back. Maybe Inside Out in 2015.
Wow.
And that's bypassing Finding Dory, Cars 3, Coco, Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4, the other ones we mentioned.
Yeah, Hopper so far is at 165 million worldwide. Its budget was 150, so it's already about breaking even.
Run, don't walk, everyone, to Hoppers. Hoppers was, I'm high on that one. I think I rated that a 93, and Jacob agreed. It was very heartfelt, some twists and turns, big political statement, but it was so good. Really,
it's getting about a 90 critically.
Okay.
And being called one of Pixar's most original and fun films in years.
See, there you go. And the funny thing is, it's almost a carbon copy of Avatar. I'm really surprised that Disney went that route, like to do something so close. But it wouldn't be a surprise because a lot of people say Force Awakens is like A New Hope, which it kind of is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it hasn't been done before. Hey, if the formula works. Yeah, Anne says she needs to see Hoppers for sure. And we love the Toy Story movies. I'm very excited for Toy Story 5.
So we talk about it a lot that if you continue to have these billion-dollar hits and sequels, that you're not going to get originals because they're going to do what makes them money, right? I mean, they're a business, folks. I don't know if you guys know, but Disney is a publicly traded company. They're in it for the money, just so you know. That's not an industry secret. But you have something like Hoppers. Do you say, continue trying? Got to put out, something new to mix in with your live action remakes and your sequels and stuff like that?
I think that you said exactly what I was thinking. And I think that I'm all for turning out more sequels if they're going to be good. I have no problem with that. We just want to see good films.
Right.
But I'm also a fan of some kind of ratio, like, okay, we're going to put out, for every 2 original, we're going to put out a sequel. We're going to put, that kind of thing. I'm down for that. Give me a couple of originals, and then you can sprinkle in some sequels too. We've talked about this before. People will. We're going to compare this, and it's timely because Jacob texted me, so apparently he could hear me. Maybe he was walking by or something. But Illuminations did do a movie that was a smash hit. And if I would have told you this back in your GameStop days, you would have laughed at me probably. But Mario, they own Mario.
Oh,
and
yes.
Mario's blown the doors
Yep.
off of a lot of these very movies we're talking about.
That's right.
And that's Illuminations. So kudos to Illuminations for doing that. And I think Mario is the movie that made Iger stomp his feet. And we know he did this from inside sources. That he stomped his feet, he pounded the door down, and he told those people at Pixar or whatever, you need to start putting out hits or heads are going to roll. And what have they been doing lately? They've been putting out hits because Mario kicked Mickey's butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's another one coming out, so it's going to be interesting on April 1st to see what Mario does this time. And I was surprised at how good that movie was. I don't know if you guys saw it, but that's another movie that's worth seeing.
When is the next one?
April 1st.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And Chris Pratt plays Mario.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even think that. It's so random.
Yeah.
But he was he was a good Mario.
We really enjoyed Mario. That was really well done. I think it was enough nostalgia for us. The little Easter egg about the original show with Captain Lou Albano. There was a little Easter egg in there about that one.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good.
And it's fun to see it with a guy like Jacob because he's been into Mario games since he's played video games. He's played a lot of the Mario stuff, so he kind of helps me out. He'd be like, "Oh, you know what that's a reference to, or this or that." So he enhances the experience for me. So,
one of my favorite Mario games, which a lot of people don't because they didn't have a GameCube. Super Mario Sunshine.
You're making that up.
I'm not. I'm not making it up. Super Mario Sunshine. It was the premise was so weird. Basically there was an evil guy going around spraying this gloop. It was like tar on everything, and Mario had a gun that shot like rainbow to clean everything up, and that's basically what you had to do. But yeah, it was one of the most fun games, I thought, and it had a good music along with that. I just to end the Mario talk for me, I met Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario, at E3 back when I worked at GameStop. We went to E3 2 years, and I was talking to a friend of mine that worked with me, and I was like, "Hey, that's Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario." And we're just sitting there, we're kind of looking at him, and he finally sees us, and he just sees us looking at him, and he calls us over. And he's like, "Hey, what's your name?" And he could see that we worked for GameStop and everything. And really nice guy. Took pictures with him. I have to find them. I think they're on my Facebook page, maybe. But yeah, real nice guy. So that's my Mario story. He's now retired.
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm gonna have to ask Jacob if he's ever heard of Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
I don't know how they got by me.
Yeah,
wow,
it was fun.
For the GameCube.
Yeah, little whatever size that disc was, 3-inch CD. Yeah. Fun game. So tomorrow you're at Magic?
Tomorrow we are at Magic Kingdom. I have the same arrangement, but it'll probably be starting in the 6 o'clock hour. Could be slightly, 15, 20 minutes sooner than, but I'll keep you update as to where I'm at and all that. So yeah, we're at Magic, and I believe because it is a vacation week for Central Florida, I think Magic is open till 11. And my little staycation, my staycation starts tomorrow when I'm there. So time isn't too much of a factor. Definitely have to come home and get up early to try to rope drop Universal, but
yeah,
I'm a big boy. I can do it. Yeah, Magic is open till 11, and then extended Magic hours from 11 to 1. So, yeah, we're doing that. And for Saturdays, we're at Epcot. And Pamela V has convinced us that we should stream ELO. Now, ELO is another one of those groups. If you're in your 40s and above, and you just don't really know who they are, if you play like the top 5 songs at least on iTunes or Spotify, wherever you enjoy your music, you're going to be like, whoa, they sing that? Oh, they sing that? So hopefully the audience that's watching us will realize, oh, and maybe I'll have to pump it up a little bit. Maybe I'll have to play samples, quick samples, 10-second pieces while we're live so people actually know what we're going to see, because those would be fun to listen to live. So we're hanging out with Pamela V, and there is definitely a small list of foods that Jacob and I did not sink our teeth into yet. So we'll visit some food booths. We'll take down some food. If there's some openings on some attractions that time-wise are good, we'll hit that, and we'll just soak every inch of fun out of Epcot on Saturdays. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Sounds good. So Wednesday, tomorrow night, Living in Diz will be at Magic. Thursday evening at 6:30, I will have the Monorail Report. We'll talk about Disney news from this week. We'll dig into some clickbait news, which we haven't touched on. And Saturday, we are at Epcot. Next Tuesday, no podcast. We will be off next week because I will be away for a work event for a couple days. So no podcast next week, but we'll return the following week with Scuda Adventures, Mike from Scuda Adventures. He's going to join us on the podcast and talk about how to get around the park in an ECV and talk about mobility and can you do it and tips and tricks. So if you wonder about that, make sure to tune into that episode for sure. 2 other notes I want to give you. Tonight at 9:30, I believe, Grand and Miraculous is doing a deep dive with his dad, who was one of the production assistants on Muppet Vision 3D. So you may want to tune in for that one, because he's going to have a lot of behind the scenes, behind the curtain tips and tricks for you there. So make sure to tune into that. Yeah, they do some great. Grand and Miraculous does some great stuff. Last week they did Captain EO. This week they're doing Muppet Vision 3D. So be sure to tune in with his dad, who helped make the attraction, folks.
That's crazy.
And his granddad helped build Epcot. Tune in tonight at 9:30. When this show ends, we will be sending you to Magic Kingdom for a little bit more fun. Murray's Adventure, who normally streams in Disneyland Paris, is visiting the East Coast of the U.S., and he is streaming there. So we will drop you over there for a little bit more fun.
Sounds good. I want to thank you all for watching us live. We do this live because we do it for you and anyone. We appreciate all of you who, if you're watching, if you don't, watch us live because the timing isn't right, or you just prefer your podcasts on the other outlets where you can get your podcasts, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon, and Spotify, send us an email at thedizpod@gmail.com and just let us know, how do you watch? Is it in the car? Is it mowing the lawn? Because I know somebody does it while they're mowing the lawn. What are you doing when you listen to your podcast? And, just give us a little details so we know you're out there. It would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that.
Yeah, and I'll make one more announcement, and we'll have to keep hitting it up on it. So next Wednesdays, are you not with me? In spirit? Electrical spirit? Electronic spirit?
I don't think so.
Okay. Hopefully the appropriate app will work fine. I know it had issues before, but are we back on track with that? Do you know?
It should be good.
Okay. And then I will say this. I said this for a couple of years now, and the time has come. A week from this Saturday's. This is news to Lawrence, too. A week from this Saturday's, I will stream, but it's going to be like a rope drop from Magic. Maybe Magic. It's going to be a rope drop. Probably Magic, though, because it's Jacob's prom. So I need to be there for this one, for the photo session and all that. Maybe we'll take him for dinner or something. I'm not sure. So going to be there for that. So I'm thinking stream from morning till we'll kind of feel it out. Maybe it's 1, maybe it's 2 kind of thing. Just kind of feel out the crowd and how things are going. We'll determine how long we go.
Okay.
But so it'll be a Saturday stream in 2 weeks rather than Saturday evening.
All right. That's good. I'm off.
Yeah.
That's good.
Cool. Cool. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And it means the world to us. And we'll see you tomorrow night live from Magic Kingdom. So for now, we're just a couple of bros talking Disney. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.